Hello guys, welcome back to our session, and today let's talk about how to sell. As marketing, our core principle is to sell, so you have to understand how to sell. So what are we? What are sales? So what mean of sale? So sale is the transactions between two or more parties in which the buyer receives product or service in the exchange of money or other product and service. So for ISEC, we sell our product, our programs, and the buyer youth or partners. So that's what we're doing, and we sell that, we call it sales. And the selling process usually involves the seller that understands the benefit and the value proposition of the product, and the buyer who's interested in what they have to offer. Sales require awareness, persuasion, and negotiation. So awareness, you need to transfer awareness to buyer, and the persuasion, you need to persuade the buyer to buy, and also need negotiation, two-way communication. When do we sell? So in ISEC, we say during attraction, we say during consideration, and during post experience. During attraction is where you need to attract and tell people to buy your product. During consideration is where you need to bring people to your product. And during this post experience is where you need to tell your people or your buyer to consume or during the consumption of your product. When do we say in ISEC? During attraction. So during attraction, we substance, cash outs, events, online campaign, social media, banners, posts, starter posts that we go on, it's all during attraction. So during consideration, to have first call, info session, follow-up, post application service. So we need to call them after signing up, to have info session with them, to give them information about what they said for, make follow-up and post application service. And also during a course experience, we need to make follow-up, debrief, and promotion touch point. Debrief, going to give them how about our product. Also, why do we need to sell or to know how to sell? Our exchange program is means to an end. It is a chosen way for achieving our purpose as an organization, but it's also a product because it has a price. So because we have a price for our product, that is, it's a product. So why do we need to know how to sell? Also, our members are sellers and EPs are customers. So every member, you need to understand how to sell. So also another reasons why we need to know to sell, you need to have more signups, to have more applicants, to have more approval, and to have more realizations. So to get more realization, you should have more signups. To have more approval, you should have more applicants. So that's what we need to sell. Also, we need to know to sell to be more known in our university, that the seller person is always known in university. So if you are a marketing guy in your university, you should be known to around the whole university. Be the person who is, like we call it, public figure. So be university figure. All people then should know you that you are a seller. So you sell your brand or your university or your organization brand like ISEC. Also, we need to know to say to be more relevant. We need to know to say to have more impact. How should we say it? So how should we say it? We have our sales technique, which is also going to talk about sales technique. We need to go to read about mind triggers, how we're going to trigger the mind, and the breaking excuses. Let's start with the sales technique. How we're going to say now you're starting selling. So in selling technique, let's talk about spin selling. And spin selling, that is the series of technique based on series of questions made to the customer in order to be better understand their profile, needs, pains, objective to seller is able to use the most proper sales pitch to convince this specific customer that our product is what they need to achieve their goals. So you need to tell the customer your product so they can understand how your product is going to achieve their goals. Sales technique on spin selling. So SPIN is the abbreviation of the situation questions, problem questions, implication questions, and need payoff questions. So on situation, the objective of this phase is first to connect to the customer and make them feel comfortable, and then to get to know them and the objective. So, for instance, there's a question like, how do you meet ISEC? Where do you meet us? What do you start? Why do you want to go on exchange? Why you want to go in Tanzania? Why you going to want in Germany? Have you ever traveled abroad? When would you like to travel? And other minimal questions. You can ask situation questions to make the person feel like now he or she need to buy that product. Also, on the side of problems, here you will build objectives to understand the problem the customer is facing that make them need an exchange of the obstacle that may take it harder for them to purchase it. So there's some questions like what are the issues that bother the most, for instance, you can tell, oh, unemployment, the war. Also, you can ask, what do you plan to do after the graduation? Or I plan to go back home to the village to help Ma to do something with this. Also, what do you think is missing from your resume or experiences, so you can understand what now you're going to tell, what you're going to say. You can also ask what's stopping you from making an exchange. Someone will say, oh, money, I don't have money, something like this. So you're going to understand what kind of problems they have so you can start where you need to sell product based on their problems. Instead of implication, here you're going to look on the objective is to make the customer understand on their own that will happen to them if they do not take this opportunity. What if they will not buy opportunity? What if they not go abroad with us? What implications they're going to get? So here you can have some questions like, have you already done something about this? What issues maybe resume? Have you already done about your resume? Have you ever sent your resume to company and rejected? Something like this. What would happen if you don't have this experience? What do you happen? What do you do? What do you think? What will do these holidays if you don't go and exchange? These 3 to 4 months, what are you going to do? Just go for exchange. So that's the questions you need to ask and have the implication. And then on in, you're going to look on need payoff. And you need payoff, kind of objectives to make the customer see how valuable is the solution we are offering. That now we are, as I said, we are offering the solution of their problem, their situation, their implication. So here you can look on, for instance, what will happen to your career if you have this experience. For instance, if you have experience that I organized event in Germany when I was there volunteering with ISEC in project of Youth for Impact, in project of Global Classroom. You have an experience and you attach it to the document of your either university documents. How changed do you think you would come back and experience like this? After what changes are you going to make? What you can be among the change makers? How spending your vacation at X or Y, and maybe how you can spend your vacation at in Germany, in Netherlands, in Tanzania, in Rwanda, sound like that. So how it sound to you? Something like that to make your customer be more influenced and having it. And then the last thing, close the deal. Here, where you present the customer the right opportunity for your profile. Now, it's where you can explain the product value proposition, that what you're going to offer your customer. Explain the opportunity, job description, and benefit. That if you will be doing this, you're going to do this, doing this opportunity, doing this project in abroad. As well as the city and the country benefit. For instance, if you go to Tanzania, you will be having the vacation to visit the Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. If you go to Germany, you're going to visit maybe the city, Bayern Munich city. And if you go to the UK, Netherlands, Brazil, you're going to see this global project, is going to see this global culture and something like this. How does that sound? You feel like how this sound to you? Imagine how this sound to you. That's what you're going to close the deal. Then the customer can decide to buy your product. So on spin selling, alignment, the spin status how like this, and how you make alignment until the end. Then second technique is mind trigger. And here on mind trigger is a specific sentences, words or speeches that can have certain psychological effects on the customer to make them more inclined to our suggestion solution. That you need to trigger their mind so they can understand and have some message that I need to buy that product. So as having some statement, having psychological effects to me or to customer that can decide to buy your product. What are these statements? What are these settings? So they can have, then after there, we can go to shortage. And this statement, they give the customer the sensation that product is not widely available, that it's special and unique. So these are statements you're going to trigger their mind. And for instance, in terms of shortage, that case, you can tell that, guys, for instance, this opportunity of volunteering abroad with the OGX or the ISEC will be from this February to April. Then after that, we close until next year. So it's not for a long time. That's the shortage of our product. So they can stick that, oh, okay, and I have to apply area this maybe this February. They can take action area. In ISEC, few spots and only specific times available for info. Few spots of opportunity. These spots are available for applicants from the world. So this is how you can do this. Also, you can give statements of urgency. That's a sentences that give the customer the sensation the product or the current offer will not be available too much longer. Maybe today, the last day. Maybe this year we will be hosting a do next month. So after the end of next month, we are done. This offer expires today. This is your last chance. Now it's or never. So you give the urgency. So in ISEC, you always give the deadline to the customer and explain why they're important. I can't guarantee there will still be spot available for this project. At the end of the month, if maybe we're going to close it. So this is how you're going to the urgent. But also use authority. These are sentences that give the customer the sensation that the seller is specialist in the subject and know what they are talking about. Build credibility, transmit trust, and security. That here authority, we are looking on the power of what the product is. So in ISEC, mention our partnership with the UN, the university, big companies like DHL. So you can mention our partners so they can make variable and having values to do as ISEC. Mention we are the biggest youth organization in the world by UNESCO. So after in that means the UNESCO knows that the ISEC as global and youth large biggest youth organization in the world. Also can mention exchange data that numbers. For instance, last year, 100 youth from Uganda, they went abroad through ISEC. So they almost around the world, mainly in Tanzania, around the East Africa, and the UK, Asia, America. We sent maybe 100 EPs from Uganda. You can mention, understand deeply LOC to LOC processes, project, and the facts about their cities and countries. For instance, LOC from other entities like in Tanzania, in Germany, Netherlands, in Brazil, you can name them and mention their city environment. And for instance, you have ISEC in Saudi, which is the LOC found in Tanzania. They are around Mwanza, which is low city. We're having many locks, having good environment with the like Victoria view. So this is how you're going to promote and sell it about how you're going to sell it and me, our story or something like this. Then after there, you have social proof. These are sentences that make them customer feel like they are going to be part of the very special and privileged group with they purchase the product that they're going to have in the same group with special people that one of these people will went either abroad, also they will be there. Then after in ISEC, concerning social proof, show promoters testimonials, pictures, and videos. You can say, take them a testimonial, you can show the videos or last EPs, so they can understand what kind of exciting their fellow EPs they are enjoying. Also talk about reciprocity, something that make the customer feel like they can relate to you and your perspective on the product, that they can relate, they can feel with that product. So in ISEC, yes, I also have felt like this about my career, that you can talk about, yes, even me, I had the problem with you. I sent many CVs to many organizations, but they didn't accept it because I was lacking some experience. But after going abroad and having such experience, it's easier to me to make me to choose and what time I'm going to which where can I send my CV, and I think have some couple of experience now I can still and tell someone. This also bother me or something like this. This also affected me. This something like this, because they can make them also to feel like you that even you passing that ways. Also, another technique is breaking excuses. These are fed fed technique. As we start with spin, then series, then trigger, mindy trigger, then this last one, which is breaking excuses. Excuses are all obstacles that the customer create not to purchase the product, that they create the environment that can purchase your product. Many times they are not real problem, or they are problems that that the customer just can't see the solution yet, in which that case they need our support. If the customer don't see the solution, also you are the one to make the solution. Disclaimer, the breaking excuses is not deceiving the customer or persuading them to want something they don't. It's proposing a real solution to their problem. So don't ask them to like what you want, what you say, but propose the solution which is offered in your product, so they can understand and they buy your product. After buying your product, they can save their problem. So when we do this, we are helping them to have a better experience. At ISEC, we offer experiences and people can experience abroad and have more experience about it. So some excuses, someone can say, I don't have money. I don't have money, my family can't support me. So thank you, I understand the budget, sell the cheap. So do you have money, can tell them, okay, I understand, even me, I wouldn't afford this, but also we set cheaper project and destination. For instance, if go Tanzania, no need of visa, no need of what, so you can still go abroad, go Tanzania, go in Kenya, go Uganda, instead of going abroad like Germany, Netherlands, but you can still go around. Also, we offer discount for special conditions. For instance, this time around, if you will come with, you persuade your two fellow EPs, also you can reduce some cost to you. So for instance, approval in 4 days, being friendly, or can give you the accommodation, put on paper all expenses that you may have, compare our price to other organization prices. For instance, for ISEC, we will give you the EP bad, we'll give you experience, but other organization can send you, then will be loaned. After I can say, my parents don't let me go, send marketing email to the parents, so you can still sending a nurturing email to their parents, so they can convince them or make them understand what the important they are should they want to go abroad. Send the EP booklet and ask them to show their parents. Send the booklet, either posters, either any other materials, and tell them to show their parents. Propose the mic and info session with their parents. You can also invite their parents. If you're doing info session, then tell or talk to them direct. Someone can say, I can only go on summer. On summer, the demand on summer is higher. That what can make the availability of sport more difficult. You can tell maybe in summer we no longer sending people abroad. The flight price and living costs are much cheaper during the low season. Maybe in summer, people they are traveling, too many people traveling, so the price can be higher of transport or freight. Our winter opportunities have special offer and or better benefits. So you can find maybe during our winter, we have offer from either different countries. That's how you can persuade and make your EP to change the season excuses. Others can say, why should I pay to work? Why should I'm going to work, why should I pay? So you can say, you pay for the ISEC services and you not pay for your project or working. access the unique projects you can't easily find on your own. Free. Free, cheap accommodations. You give you accommodation, customer support, you give you EP-BAD, so someone having briefing you about the organization, briefing about the country, the city, how we're going to explore the city. So also you can start with standards, opportunity, benefit that our organization have so many standards and our opportunity benefits like meal, transportation, classes. So it's not just the volunteering work, it's a leadership, development, emphasis, our proposition with practical examples. So to tell him that this is not even just the volunteering work, but it's more leadership emphasis. And you can learn much more about it. So I think until here, guys, we already understand the what, when, how, and where do you need to say. This is the general sales experience, these are general sales skills about, especially when it's come on ISEC sales for product selling. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and understand about it. So if you don't understand, follow me on Instagram. Follow ISEC in Uganda as ISEC in Uganda on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as read more about ISEC and this experience. Read more national education sector from other portfolios to understand more about ISEC. See you, ISEC in Uganda to the globe. Brand visibility is our aim, to create unlimited mind. Let's go and enjoy the session. Have fun, guys. Education is fun, but in ISEC. Thank you.